Thanks for tuning in to a new episode of Fuel by Haters Customs, and today we're finishing up the rear subframe in order to get that completely done, completely welded, grinded, perfect, to be sent out to powder coating. So that's what we'll do today. So stay around, and again, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go! All right, so cut a couple of pieces here. Should have started filming yesterday, but it was just me cutting a bunch of pieces. What I did these little brackets. They don't look like much, but you'll see where they go. They will go on the body right here, and they'll be welded in place. So the bar can go from here to here, and it'll be bolted with 4 bolts. So this is gonna be super strong, and we're doing one on both sides. I'm not gonna do anything in the middle. The reasoning for that is we might add AC down the road. Right now, I honestly couldn't care less about AC. So right now I'm not doing anything with AC, but I'm gonna leave that as an in case for later on. So we won't put a mount on the stock location. This will certainly stiffen that up. So once we do that, after that we will put some plates on this cross member here to stiffen that up. And then there's going to be the 2 cross braces on both sides, and then that will complete this. But again, complete is a big word, because we got to make sure that everything is sanded, everything is perfect. When I mean sanded, I mean ground down, to have somewhat of a nice look before it goes to powder coating. So first off, we got to get the seats out. Reasoning why we got to get the seat out is we're going to be welding on that floor, and I don't want no fire on the inside. So let's put the car down and get rid of some of the carpet and the seats. Oh, and before we go too far, take a look at that. Some of the body parts came in. Can you see what it is? I'm not showing you more. Soon we'll have a video on that. I just want to get the mechanical side done before we start doing the body side. But I did do a test fit, and it looks pretty awesome. So you'll see soon. Yeah, so let's pull the seats out, and then I'll be able to just pull the carpet back. That way nothing catches on fire when I start welding under the car. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first step into removing the seats is opening the door. And then the seat is there. The next thing you do, in 5, 4, 3, oh, I can't remember how to count. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's 2 and bam! Just like that. Seat be gone. So, with both seats pulled, I just did a little clearance here, so once we weld, there's not gonna be any hot stuff that touches the carpet. And now we lift up and we grind up some metal just to make sure that we got good penetration with the welder. These are what the little boxes are gonna look like. Right now I just tacked it in just to see. Same thing with this one. And I gotta clean it up a little more and then do some welding, burn some wire. Alrighty, so that's what it looks like welded in. So that is solid there. We'll have to put a coat of paint on it at the end. But now let's get our top plates that go on top of this. Well, we'll let this cool down a little bit, because if I touch it, I'm burning myself. And then we'll make the little bars that go here. We'll weld it directly onto here, and here it's going to be bolted. So once the subframe slides up, we're going to put the bolts right here. Well, just looking at it now, I think that my time lapse did not work. But I'll show you what it looks like right now. You open up a flashlight on a phone here. I gotta get a better setup, because apparently you guys cannot see too much the other day. But there we go. So this is how I have it. Of course, those are not the right bolts for it, but I put these two plates right here. So that's going to be some reinforcement, and here as well. So those are just tacked in, they're not there permanently. I got to make sure that nothing's in the way. And yeah, that's what she looks right now. So what I'll do now is concentrate on getting this plated up so we can do the crossbar. Alrighty, so for those two crossbars, I've tried a bunch of different ways and it just didn't work the way I wanted to. So I removed all that and I'll show you what I've done now. I did this off camera because again, this was stuff that was boring. It was just me trying something, didn't like it. I wanted to make sure that there was a whole lot of room left for the exhaust and that nothing would get in the way. So I'll show you what's new. So here, as you can tell, it's all grounded down. Well, all of this was reinforced. So I welded pretty thick actually. I only have 1/4 inch plate, but I welded 1/4 inch plate all around this piece here. Once I done that, then I tried a few different variations because I wanted to have a bar here, but I didn't want it in the way for the exhaust. Didn't want it in the way for the later on in the project. We're gonna have the water pump here. So this is what I came up with. So this is a removable piece. At first I didn't want to do a removable, but then I figured, how am I gonna remove this and then this? And yeah, it didn't work out. So this is how it's mounting. So we got 2 tabs here. Obviously these are not the right hardware. So I gotta get some hardware for that. All the way here. And then we got this one here as well, which is just dangling on. I didn't tie it up yet. But that's what it's going to be. So it's out of the way for everything. And a lot of room for activities. So that means that those 2 bars are complete. That whole subframe is complete and ready to go to powder coating. Minus a little bit of grinding here and there and buffing to make sure everything is all fine and dandy. But as you can tell here, I did end up boxing that. I didn't put all the bolts here, but we got these 2 reinforcements here, the gussets. We got 2 mounts here with 4 bolts. We got the mounts here. So this thing is like super duper solid. Like, this ain't going anywhere. It ain't going anywhere, boys. So that concludes the engine mounting for the LS in a Cayman. So again, the Boxer would be pretty much the same. But yeah, parts list so far, we've got the stock transaxle, stock mounts, stock axle locations. We've got an LS, which you can pick up any LS that you want. It can be an iron block or aluminum block. They're all the same. We've got C5 Corvette mounts. So if we want to replace it with solid mounts, then we just got to buy a C5 mount. We've got the C5 Corvette Oil Pan. So as you can tell, it sits higher than this. So if we hit something on the road, this is not taking the brunt of the impact. We've got an LS4 crank pulley. And we've got a Kennedy Engineering adapter plate. For the headers, C5 headers fit awesome even with that oil pan, so leaves us with a lot of room. We've got this here that was just replated, so anybody can do that, just replating. Obviously, we would like to do a copy of that, but do it on the CNC table, so it'd be easy to just put it on and weld. We've got these mounts here that are just blocks that are welded onto the body. Super simple, nothing complex. And yeah, that's about it. So we're trying to keep it as low budget, because all C5 parts, you can get those anywhere. C5s are getting pretty old now, so it's the time to buy them. And the main thing was using the stock transaxle. Of course, it's open diff, so we're gonna have to fix that. They do sell an LSD. If we want to get rowdy and damage a bunch of stuff, we can weld it. Probably not the best idea, so we'll look into an LSD. But we got loads of work before we get to that. So we're gonna end the video right now, and we'll catch you on the next one. What I'll do off camera, because you don't need to see me do this, is just take the engine and trans out completely again, and buff all of those, send them for powder coating, and then we can start on clearing up the firewall, etc., making the alternator mount, etc. So it's going great. So we'll catch you on the next one. So again, guys, like I say always, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. So go out, get some tools, start working on your stuff. It could be a $2,000 Honda Civic or $200 Honda Civic, or it could be a Ferrari or anything. At the end of the day, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Get out there, guys. Thank you. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.